of discovery into your personal story? Rising of the Origins is a free 3-day immersion starting October 18th, 2022. Day 1, setting the stage. Discover how to utilize the elements to set your foundation, calling in an elemental being for protection, being centered, open, and closing space. Day 2, gift and purpose. Merging with the elements, we can discover our gift and our purpose, releasing what no longer serves us, recognizing our authentic self, being a conduit by connecting to our higher self, our Sira, and more. Day 3, connecting the subtle and the elemental, the energetic centers, the elemental realm as doorways, gathering information on the highway, working with the centers to figure out the elements that creates our current threads. Being able to log in here at club.tanyad.tv/login and watch the replays, explore the goodies inside your own personal library. My wish for you is that through each day you awaken the spirit that resides within you. Through seeing yourself with vital eyes, life transforms, passions ignited through the information superhighway, awakening the spirit. Save your spot and activate your portal at club.tanyad.tv/rise, and I will see you
on the other side. Inshallah and Ashe. We're streaming a little late today, but hopefully you're having that peaceful, easy feeling, the one that you know won't let you down, because I'm already standing on the ground. The Eagles. Good thing I wasn't a singer, right? Libra season. This is about keeping our soul's peace. Feelings are receiving a more peaceful, creative artistic in the future realms, having anybody having some really insightful creative dream states. So this is in our long run, our long-term future relationships. Our heart's going to feel like this immediate tugging, like you belong. It's just natural, it's organic, especially when the situation or the event or relationship is really in alignment. It's resonating for you and through you. So this is also a magical day to healing of relationships, partnerships, the ability to balance the scales and negotiate. The jury is out, and then Scorpio comes and does all the executioner. So just allow the feelings and emotions to be not just a piece, but also flowing like conscious river streams, spiritual truths. They're a higher octave being heard. Clairaudience is highly active today, channeling that. It's a day of peace down to our soul, taking advantage of this energy because it's not going to return until next year. So really breathe it in, hold space for it so it can manifest into your future threads. So we're coming to the tides where a witcher's way to manifest is really a great time to start in the corridor. Scorpio season, really laying that executioner's foundation. And what better time than with the South Node being in Scorpio, removing the past of our soul so the manifestation Taurus becomes something real. And the moon herself, the goddess of the nights in season in Cancer. So emotions of nurturing, grounding that emotional foundation, those peaceful, easy feelings, along with Venus. They're in a morning square where we're going to be able to emotionally open up to, like, do I belong feeling this way? Do I belong feeling that way? And then literally being able to receive, or law of attract, that ability to really open up and be on that same frequency of that feeling. That's when our chalice, our heart space, becomes something different. So relationships streaming through new streams, cleanse streams, hopefully. So with that, welcome to today's daily snippet. Once again, I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. But I do go by the term holistic shaman medium, which is a merging of it all, coined by my friend Rich while I was in Mongolia in 2018. But my intention is to utilize these indigenous technologies along with the elemental realms, our original divine blueprint, to navigate our soul's harmonic through these realms that are elemental, imaginal, into and through the shaman's portal, our 8th energetic star, sometimes called the soul star, I think, within the cosmos and the subtle realms and so much more, with offerings, prescriptions, and ritual to really add to the juice, the otherworldly kind, the sauce of our ingredients, our personal medicine in our container, the prime directive, really our gift and our purpose, just assisting you in discovering possibly your inner genius, your personal medicine, the star that I believe we all are, really reintroducing you to that magical essence, the being inside of each and every one of us, unique, so that our starlight shines even brighter. My name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do, YouTube or otherwise. I stream in a few different venues, but it's Tanya D on YouTube and my Musing with Tanya D podcast. And have you listened in to the Otherworldly Insights this season? That's the title. I always coin a new theme each year, but 2022 is the Otherworldly, out for our musing pleasure. And the season of Libra, we have Venus in the house, exploring our ability to open up and receive. And she's in her home sign too. So this is about spiritual truths. It's the hearing sister. It's clairaudience. And I'd also like to give a big shout out to the community, the village, new subscribers, along with those of you that have been part of my journey since the beginning. I had a wild ride. Gratitude and blessings to you as well. And also, if you don't mind hitting the bell button, commenting, liking, and sharing, so you are notified. And just remember, a comment does get you a message for your day to get you on your way, and it really does assist with that algorithm to echo it out to other like-minded users in the galactic universe. Insights of the other world, the world of spirit, the subtle energies, really the elementals, the chakras, and so much more in your personal container, the cosmic energy. And you can also find me on other social channels, of course, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook as well. However, if your soul is nudging you, possibly dragging you, kicking and screaming to dive on deeper into the realms of the other world, your intuitive gifts and psychic abilities, head on over to the Musing Corridor. This is my digital library in the sky. It's a venue where you have some amazing options to assist you, to guide you, along with a private sacred circle, a community, a village to utilize as well. I am your otherworldly shamanic assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we have energetic hiccups and we need an otherworldly life coach assistant, a different perspective to get us out of our own way so we can stream forward. And with that, because that was a lot, your options today: hot air balloons. Sometimes they're full of hot air. Scales, the Libra scales floating in the clouds, again, air. And water, just nice wavy water, nothing turbulent or crazy or out of control. Those are your options to choose from, and the messages are pretty juicy today. But a few announcements. The early bird opportunity to invest in yourself. The door is open to utilize your intuitive gifts and your psychic abilities. The energy world merging with the intuitive energy, the spirit realm to the physical, the body being embodied, and so much more. Energy to matter, spirit to matter, just bringing spirit to matter. Change your stars, or at least activate one on the energetic highway, or all 12 and then some. So that's the star that we uniquely are. So when we begin to merge our energy body, our subtle energetic body, with our physical, along with our soul, we then become the being, the star we're meant to be. We're in resonance. So that's a super opportunity there. It's like who we are. So this investment is at the angel numbers of 999, a dollar below 1,000. And we also have the Rising of the Origins. My last immersion was in May, but the doors open tomorrow, going live. Be sure to join the Rising of the Origins on Facebook, a private society, to be part of that immersion. The link is in the show notes. There's a gallery there as well, a bunch of gifts and goodies. And I will be doing today, actually, the Scorpio season podcast. We'll be launching Monday. Can you believe we're into Scorpio? Woo! And the new moon in the season of Pluto. That hopefully I'll be able to record today, the Musing Moon meditation. But it's going to be an eclipsed new moon meditation, so that'll be great. And of course, I also have some otherworldly musing news percolating. It's in the oven, baking to come out soon. So if you have yet to check out my updated website, tanyad.tv, please sure to do that, to give it a peek. It's as if the universe is aligning the fabric of destiny, and time is actually moving really fast. Plus, the planets are coming out of their holiday retrogrades. Those are like planetary holidays, kind of skipping stones as well. So if you're feeling like you are able to open to a new way of relating or new relationships, that really is the higher octave, the frequency of Libra today. It's 2+ states of awareness, actually. Relationships that need to be filled to the brim are becoming fulfilling. It's kind of like the luxury of a fine art or a fine meal. And the sage is being defined for our future relationships, the way we do relate, define it with peace. You are kind of your own cosmic dictionary, your own language, but the base note is the moon being in the season of Cancer, along with our sacral energy and our otherworldly streaming. The I am presence that's unique to each and every one of us, full on filtering the in-between worlds, frequency, energy, and vibration. So this is a center of the otherworldly congress, the origins of beings, kind of in a way. But this is our emotional foundation, a connection to where we energetically belong. That's what we're frequenting. And it's like, what frequency are we frequenting? And this is really kind of the energy of the law of attraction in action kind of energy. That's why I went with the waters. The emotional foundation, the water waves meet these electrical cosmic currents, these otherworldly threads. So you're going to feel it in your heart, your chalice. You will feel it in your heart, the beaconing of your heart, that your heart has law of attracted the relationship that you literally resonate and heartfelt belong in moving forward. It's kind of like Fruit Loops, the toucan, his nose. So when you think about any given energy of a relationship, it's a synchronizing energy. It's going to be there. You're going to have a resonance, a free flowing of peace, again, back to that eagle song, where you're going to feel centered. You're going to be in neutrality. You're going to be calm in that connection. It's natural. It's organic. It's the direction of your future path moving into the future. So if you're having any adversity, forces of resistance or hesitation, that's a hiccup. The frequency of that energy, there should actually be none of that in relationships, right? Relationships should be peaceful, that easy feeling, a continual flow. Not that you're not going to have some energetic hiccups and growth periods, but that's normal. But relationships should hold space for us. They should bring us peace. So it's a magical day to utilize the emotional field, our energetic field and center, to probe into this frequency, into this energy. It's more fluid today. So we have all these options that we have before us as our life streams forward. So really kind of feeling into your future threads, all the relations, whether it's personal, professional, or how you relate to corporations, organizations, even charities or situations, events that are happening around you. And if you feel any tugging or resistance, as if the stone has put in the stream, like a stone blocking the water, I'm thinking of a river, how you dam up a river. Go to the stone, get down to the feeling, into your bones to see what ideas or issues are in those currents, those undercurrents. And you may have to move a few stones to really get to the issues and the in-betweens to find the sweet spot where things belong, and it just clicks right into place. It's a resonance. So feeling into relationships, the ones on your sacred altar, sometimes the ones we can't see, and just feeling where, what are you attracted to? Where does your heart belong? Or do you no longer belong being in those relationships? Like people I need to fix. I no longer am attracting my students to be in relationship. I really belong attracting my equal or better, the good and the greatest of all time, the GOAT. So the universe is always listening, right? So in the sound of silence, our prayers, those unspoken words, use the words. This is an elevated octave day. A prayer circle would be great, or go to your altar to call in those streams of what your heart really wants to resonate with or frequent with. Get out of the wound hole, right? The webbing of that. Okay, now on to the elementals. Voila! On the elemental highway, the bridge between beauty and wellness, really bridging the gap here. We have a Yin Water Rabbit of a day. And our rabbit is a producer. That Yin Water is feeding the rabbit. My neighbor has rabbits. It's quite hilarious. Every time you turn around, she's burrowed and got 20 more. But the hour of the horse, we have a fire trine. That goes for the whole month of the dog. And we also have, at the hour of the dragon, we have a nature or a wood eastern direction. So you may be feeling innovative. You might have visions. You might have ideas. We've got the yin and the yang of water. The wood, we've got yin and yang as well. So there's pretty much balance there. But metal is rooted in the dog right below it, and water is not rooted. Fire is in storage or it's hidden. And yin water is that peaceful, easy flowing energy river. It is actually matching the cosmic energy. But our day is weak in the month of the dog because the earth is warm. It's also dry, kind of feels bitter. It's thick, it's heavy. But the fire is percolating. It's brewing within the earth, similar to a volcano. It's in storage as well. But our day is lacking vitality. The yin metal rooted in the dog is very buried. It's like under the ground, right? If you've ever done earth rituals. So more is needed to elementally allow our day to flow. And the tree of the tiger is very unstable. It's brittle in the month of the dog. And it also is needed to control the mountain, which is the dog. It's not too strong. And we do have the rabbit, so we've got some teeter-tottering between the two. The scales are kind of balanced, really, because we have the rabbit. And the yang water is also supporting the tiger, like our day is supporting the rabbit. But fire is also needed to warm up our day. The heart, the triple warmer, the small intestine, the heart protector, the southern direction of our home, the spirit realm, these are all chambers of our heart. But metal and fire are the elements. Metal, you could use the element of stone to get to your wisdom of your bones. You could use air even, or crystals. You have opportunities. Minerals, or the element fire, go to your ancestors. You may be healing the relationship of your family discourse. That's kind of the frequency, really. But I'm feeling the stones in my bones, maybe doing a crystal grid of stones or a stone altar or stone. You know how you can make stones stand on each other. I have that in my front yard. I better go check that. But a stone grid. We also have a neighboring god. This is being altruistic. It's the artist's flame, if you will. Like some people have that artistry to be flame, like it lights them up. They're really great at it. They're more concerned actually about the well-being of others. It's kind of like the indentured servants, the poor, the weak, the sick. So they need, they like to assist where they can. So they have this ability to write the ballads addressing social injustices. So there may be a lot of ballads happening today. And on the year, we have the talent of the networker. So this is social and chatty. It's that kind of energy, talking fast, gaining followers. These people have leadership abilities, really due to their ability to connect with people, humans, mingling with all social circles, societies of all kinds, cultures is kind of what's coming in. Might be some trouble, actually, with managing money, issues of addiction, also lies and deceiving people. That's the opposing side of the coin of the networker, where talk is cheap. And that's it's at a lower vibration, is why I brought that up. But it's an altruistic networking kind of a day. And fire and stone or metal, mineral, air, fire and air is kind of what I'm sensing into. But with that, on to our options. So we have water for that peaceful, easy feeling. We've got the scales kind of floating on air. And we also have hot air balloons, which I've never gone to see those, but pretty exciting. So comment your option there, your choice. I think I'm going to pull with the water first, or the air. Let's go with water. The water. You get the Knight of Pentacles. And is anybody watching House of Dragons? It's exciting episodes coming up this Sunday. I'm super stoked about that. But the Knight of Pentacles, the Dragon King or the Dragon Knight, you can see that there is some thick. He's kind of stuck in this foliage. It's growing everywhere. It's coming at him. There's only a little path for him to go through. But his eyes, they're not going to be like outside. He's focused. And those little forest spirits, I don't know if you can see them. Sometimes my pictures aren't the best, but they're whispering to him. They're seducing him. They're kind of trying to incite him with their tiny little sparkly little mascots. So the gods of the forest, they spread their slender fingers wide to guide him through to safety. He's protected, but he's also unaware to notice what's going on or what's happening around him because his gaze is not lit up by his goal. So this knight always works according to standards, thoroughness, consistency, and he's on the back of his dragon. I don't know if you can even tell that's a dragon. And then it kind of feels like, I wanted to say either a medicine wheel or a dream catcher is hanging there. I should look closely, but my eyes are kind of bad. But he's moving, he's steadily, slowly, he's interested enough in all the things he's achieved in his goals, and he sets out to do them. So he never takes action without planning things in advance. So he spends his time being patient, doing what he wants, and he tries to keep up. He kind of works in a methodical way, never venturing into any uncertain or unknown places. So this kind of shows that he does lack some creativity or the desire to explore, going into the unknown and judging everything by the results of the journey rather than the way that he actually achieved the goal. So he's got this high sense of responsibility. He's loyal. He's steadfast. He's got integrity. He's always keeping his word. And once he did, he would always try his best to do it until the end, integrity. But this is Earth. It's a stubborn Knight of Pentacles. He draws his own way. He attaches himself to the goal, and he just puts it out in front of him. It kind of sounds bad, but this can actually bring unexpected effects. Always knowing what you want, knowing that you're on the target, approaching it without any hesitation. And when approaching the target, knowing you're going to conquer it with all of this energy, or you can summon in with the power of a giant, the thunder, an earthquake, maybe the pressure of the roots of the tree or a rock or the dragon. It's about being in reality. It's being diligent. It's consistency, but it's also caution, by the way. But it's business travel, new experiences, being patient, having perseverance, ritual, hard work, being like trustworthy and safety, but still being kind, which is a wood energy, by the way, kindness, happiness. I kind of want to say dexterity or kind of refined cleanliness with metal. There's another word. It's not coming to me, and I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole with grief, but this is the healing of all wounds. It's time to heal wounds. It represents hard work. So it's kind of a message that we must kind of spend our time working hard slowly and carefully, not being in a hurry. It just means that hard work creates quality, not quantity, two different frequencies. So it's kind of that all good things really take time to form and develop. And if we hurry, we won't get anything worthwhile because we're rushing through things. So if you want to get things built on a solid emotional foundation, because our emotions, right? So this is like working with caution, but being steadfast, maybe endurance, hard work. So if you're thinking of quitting a job or a project, it advises us not to rush, take time and space. And if we hold on and have perseverance, our dreams are going to be more rewarded. However, on the other side of the coin, it also says that you may be spending too much time thinking and making choices, which makes the opportunity go away because you're taking to be a reflector. Wait 30 days. Just kidding. You'll know if opportunities are meant to stay or go. Or maybe even if you're trying or starting a new relationship. So it kind of recommends that we should think a little carefully and not go into the downfall or the rabbit hole. So if you are in a relationship, it's about love. Love is not always as sweet. It's not always romantic. It's not always as happy as it may seem. But if you want to maintain a lasting relationship, you're in partnership, your significant other, you kind of have to have conversations, share, be sympathetic to each other. It might be sometimes that we're too focused on our work and we neglect the partner. Even in astrology, those two houses, the home, family, foundation, emotional security, opposes career. I know all about that. Been there myself. So it's about trying to balance our life and those relationships. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because relationships and love, they're at that high octave degree today in the season of Libra. So this is a stage where maybe you're full of energy. You're successfully completing all your tasks. And if you're a perfectionist, it shows in that you care when you're doing anything. But on the other side of the coin, it can also represent habits that we might be way too familiar with, the challenges of life. So now we're kind of considering the responsibility. So maybe you're the one creating the trust for others. So with all of that, the Knight of Pentacles it's often about money and finance. But being that this message appeared, you are maybe more likely to receive news that you're waiting for, which are good news, not the kind that says you're winning the lottery, but it's about reality. It's Earth, right? So it kind of reminds us to focus on the matters of the physical world and the ordinary areas of life. It's like practice makes perfect. So it's about reviewing and considering different ways that we can actually be a solution to our problems. I like solution driving myself. Just being confident, don't give up. Especially if you're pursuing something, maybe be more diligent, complete all the unfinished stuff, but keep on keeping on. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you're often distracted and you get behind, It's time to allow the knight to take you into his world and be in that steadfastness, the knight on the dragon kind of a thing. That's what I'm going with. I'm moving forward. No more energetic hiccups. Just kidding. Okay. If you chose the heart air balloons, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So this is all birthing. It's the one. It's the heart of the earth. The earth is in Aries. It's an ace, the root, the throat center. But the Ace of Pentacles, this is like, it's a signal of prosperity. It's about being fulfilled. It's a secure future, promises of wealth and well-being, things paying off. It's the great harvest for the hard work coming in from the night, because nights are action energy. The energy that's spent we're going to be rewarded at some point. Like the glass is going to become full. So it's like the last small seed is thrown into the fertile ground, the earth. And then we have to ask ourselves, is that plant going to sprout from the seed? Is it going to be some kind of strange otherworldly flower blooming? But the pentacles, the suit in general, is always a promise, earth, that something is going to come. But it's all about patience and due diligence. Things grow often based on what we do, how much energy we put into it. Seeds need to be watered and nurtured, and success always does require dreams and imagination. And the water symbolizes desire, nutrition symbolizes belief, and effort symbolizes our thoughtfulness. Even in ancient Egypt, the lizard represents luck and divine wisdom. So there are these little ancient inhabitants of the earth. I talk about that Yin earth, all the things that live in the earth. But at the same time, they're guards for the pentacles, the iguana, the gecko, and the dragon. So it's always kind of fun. They can die, but they're constantly changing to turn dreams into reality. The physical world, prosperity, possibility, solidity, all things earth element, victory, opportunity, pleasures, think of earth elementals. Not just earth elementals, but even the cosmic earth, right? Finance, success, career change, fertility, earth is that, health. So maybe it's time to enjoy a fresh new start on all levels. Start a new positive aspect, whether it's your health, your vitality, things are bursting anew. Maybe your appearance changes. Sometimes it's a sign that your life is going to turn into a better direction in terms of money and prosperity, or it actually may be a sign that you're going to receive gifts or money, even the right to inherit something from places you may not have expected. And it doesn't actually mean that somebody has to die to give you an inheritance, by the way. So it could be a sign even that you're going to be able to turn your dreams into reality, energy to matter. Again, change your star. So maybe your ideas, even air, they're going to be changed, transformed into something more tangible. Even studying what's possible, try to turn them into reality. So at this point, possibly you could attract all the resources you need to get those ideas or projects, things flowing in the movement. Maybe you should take advantage of this physical force of the ace and just make more innovative, otherworldly ideas come true. Maybe you're feeling full of life. Maybe you're eager. Maybe you're filled with hope for a generous future. But things are generally going to move and go better. Maybe you're going to start something new and it's going to be perfect, whatever perfection is. It might be related to your work, your personal life. But really, no matter what aspect it is, it's a promising of a new beginning, a message of new beginnings, new coming success. So it's it usually has a positive meaning, but it seems that everything is within our reach. So at this stage, Kings and Pentacles, right? Maybe you're going to receive a reward for that hard work, that dedication, the perseverance. But it's also that the cycle, and we're always in cycles, seasonal cycles, their opportunities are opening the doors. It doesn't really promise huge rewards, but it's about, it brings the first great signs after a hard time. So maybe you can totally expect luck and prosperity, because also it predicts new journey, and, energetic hiccups. But don't sleep on your victory and continue to strive for those greater rewards. Now, this one, in terms of love, this is a time for new relationships. Don't daydream or romance. We have to sometimes accept the reality of our current stage, even though these things aren't as expected. It almost feels like A relationship might just knock at the front door that you weren't expecting. But be practical in your actions, more meaningful than making the promises. So in addition, if you already have a significant other, maybe you're in doubt about your feelings, maybe you're wondering where your relationship's even going. So just be open to receive the messages, be thoughtful, be affectionate, be kind. They might end, right? Sustainable. But in the bigger sense, this is a good seed. So it's about cultivating energies, stability, safety, producing. Our ideas are going to be transformed into something tangible. Again, energy to matter. Maybe you can study something new and turn it into reality, or you can attract all the resources you need to get those thoughts, ideas moving forward. So really take advantage of this energy, the physical force of the ace, innovative ideas, make them come true. So you could get the first sweet fruit of labor, a solid foundation, the emotional foundation, to move forward. So this is happiness, satisfaction, getting immersed in it. But it is otherworldly. So for me, the message is actually coming in from the heavenly universe. The unseen becomes seen. Our heart must love the dream, the vision, the manifestation. Otherwise, it will lose steam and the tower crumbles. That's why a lot of relationships fail. The heart wasn't invested in it, but the other outer worldlies were like, woo, trying to hick us up. Sometimes funny. Okay, if you chose the scales, the swords, look at the swan, the 6 of swords. What a great swan. So it is Libra energy, the swords. This is also mental clarity, our voice, frequency, vibration, air. That's why I went with those. But it's opening us up to receive. The swans, the ravens, our little character, I don't know if you can see him. He's like coddled in the swan. He's held in the swan. There's also some sacred geometry up there. I don't know if you can see that. But he's relaxed. He's cuddled in the feathers of the swan. So he can feel the swan. Literally, he's in the safety net of the swan. And he's literally like unexpectedly feeling the swan take him somewhere different. He's exhausted from life and the willpower. But the swan is like taking care of him. He's hugged in. So, all he can do is trust the swan with the strength to decide on the direction to flow into. And the swan is holding him, taking him through the night, and just doing its job. So there's this enduring strength. It's echoing in the wings. It's creating this warmth, this vitality, this flow of energy, just spreading out, permeating through his body, the soul, little by little. And in the morning dawn, everything's released. The sunlight in the sky, and I don't know, can you see the violet? The violet looks great. But finally, our little character on the swan has opened his eyes. His scenery is drifted. He's moved. He knows he's far away from his destination. And he's suddenly realizing that it's hard to believe sometimes, the anguish, the pain, the fear, things that we experience. It's only a small little part of the world that we can often create. So he's ripping through the air, through places that much for Restream. Hang on 1 second, right in the middle of my story. Got to change my little guy here. What can I do? Let's go right there. Voila. Man, I didn't realize I'd been yapping for so long. But the 6 of Swords, actually, if you're still tuning in, it represents a period of liberation, difficulties from hardships. It's a great opportunity to just calm down in those waters, especially after pain. Pain is our root center felt in the physical body, things we experience. Maybe you're experiencing trouble and change. Maybe you've been discouraged, but you're going to find a way to get out. So this is like change and reconciling. It's the calmness. It's going with the flow. It's cleansing even, enhancing a trip, recovery, it's movement. But being that this has appeared today and it is not otherworldly, this is actually a great time to move or travel in any way. It's also a metaphor about a prospect of achieving new development, a change within yourself. So, change is often for the better, both internally and externally. And sometimes we can think about where we want to go, but it shows a slight decrease in the feelings of tension or restraint or bones even. I don't know why I'm on to the bones today, but everything may not be perfect, but that's an illusion anyway. But things are going to gradually change in a better way than what's happened in the past. So kind of flow into the forward streams, maintain hope, decide where to go, maybe take that breath, that pause, short breaks. So circumstances are changing. They're going to have a variety of better benefits. And things don't necessarily mean that it costs money, by the way. It doesn't promise great joy, and it's not even about ultimate disappointment. So a swamp is not really a bottomless pit. It's just merely a place where sadness and despair kind of dwell. So when you see often the swords in a spread and cards, right? Circumstances might be not real great or ideal, but we are still moving towards a more positive space. So opportunities are still out there, new, maybe they're shiny, like metal, more hopeful, So this kind of just indicates possibly trips, a vacation. A move is not necessary for business or travel, but we can move or change in some areas of our life, like relationships. Or maybe you take a trip from home. Maybe you go with your partner and go on a vacation, stuff like that. But it's a message really that we're moving forward, even though we may not be feeling it. But everything is moving. It might feel like it's slow. So it's like our wishes are being realized. But in some situations, our life does have those hiccups and it goes in an unexpected direction, takes a different pathway. But again, being on a Libra day in a season of Libra, so this may be, a message that you're about to meet significant others, especially if you're single. But don't rush in. Take your time. Cultivate. Develop yourself. Lots of people give up their souls, aspects of themselves to be in relationships. I've witnessed that several times. So if you are in a relationship, maybe you're going to go on a holiday together. It's an opportunity to both nurture not just yourself, but your emotions and the stresses of a life. Just put them on the platter. And if you're kind of arguing, those conflicts are going to end soon. Just words, right? Sixes are also words. So it's kind of saying transformation is in the air. Maybe the pain and the loss that you were feeling, maybe exhaustion is going to dissipate as well. You're going to kind of reach another stage of your life in this moment. And you have to really let go, right? Let go. Detach from things that you've been attached to. Maybe you're feeling some discomfort, but it's pain. It's going to pass over time and space. And really the only way to get rid of deadlock is to leave it and just start over. And, often don't feel like running away is like being a coward. It's only a way out for the moment. So it's kind of like the advice is to think about the inevitable and think of them in a positive light, turn them around. And instead of resisting change and living in the past, to stand up and get out of your own way. It's like what you need to do now is to move forward, not to look back in that rearview mirror, which is kind of the goal of today anyway, is filling into our future relationships. The scale of determining a relationship that you do frequent or belong in and which ones you don't. I prefer the higher frequency vibration ones myself. But the water is clear. It has this peaceful, easy feeling. So it is a perfect day to stream in alignment, in agreement with another person, especially if you've been kind of squabbling or having negotiations. This is when the two fence posts literally meet, like feeling the feels of what's right, what's in synchronicity, what's resonating. It's a place to find sacred fairness and equality. But I would use the seed sounds of the sacral and the throat to vibrate, the hum of it all. You could use the yam as well, to the higher octave of an infinity, but fire and stone. I'm going with stone apparently. But be creative, be open to receive, and really reflect on your relationships. The past ones, the earth's vibe as well, the universe, whatever your heart wishes to call it, the village voice. So it's time to be more in community with a village, the Wedames, the Cantomblays, the beings in the unseen. So, are you just musing in your sacred circles, in that content because it's familiar? Or is it the bomb diggity amazing? So really go out and celebrate, do something otherworldly, maybe something you've always wanted to do. Be literally in community with like-minded souls in your tribe, your soul garden, nature, hiking, a river, trees, animals. Options are really quite endless. But go see the trees shedding maybe their summer wardrobe, getting ready to express their foliage, doing the dance because winter is coming. Connect with Creator, whatever you call Creator. Your wishes become delicious. Meditate, create a blank canvas. Allow the universe, the otherworldly beings to reveal to you, opening the door, any activity that resonates with your soul and your spirit, where you can shine your starlight brighter. Write down all the insight that streams in, dreams, be creative, play. We're kind of in the mode to receive this higher octave, the octane, the fuel, the gas, the galactic universal juice. And the universe is really actually feeling it. So we are being called literally, like, where's our village? Where's our community? Where's our tribe? So with the Ace of Pentacles and the Swords, you want to say hi, Diddy? It's like, what community do we belong in? What are our relationships upcycling? So the mind is sorting through all these options in all kinds of whimsical directions. So all of them need to really be in support and connection to who you are on a whole new level. It might even seem otherworldly or appear that way. Thoughts of the impossibility. So something otherworldly that you may not have even thought was even ever possible. Those are those endless possibilities of a higher thought, those vibrations. But it has to be in resonance. It's the telepathy channels, automatic writing. I don't know, be creative, be in the flow. Just channeling it all in, the future ideas, being in the flow. Back to the eagles again, that easy, peaceful feeling. But I would affirm that I am in my sacred heart, the chalice, my heart space, of streams of peace flowing with my soul's harmonic. So be sure to chime in tomorrow with all that. The Rising of the Origins going live. This is my 3-day immersion every other day. Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday. So we're setting the elemental foundational stage. And I'll still do my snippet. But I will see you tomorrow for a duality. And Ashe, thanks for tuning in later today and admiring my energetic hiccup, my live stream with all of that. Thanks again. It was a long one. Not too bad. Only not quite an hour, but
Awaken the spirit that resides in you. Are you ready to take the path of discovery into your personal story? Rising of the Origins is a free 3-day immersion starting October 18th, 2022. Day 1, setting the stage. Discover how to utilize the elements to set your foundation. Calling in an elemental being for protection, being centered, open, and closing space. Day 2, gift and purpose. Merging with the elements, we can discover our gift and our purpose, releasing what no longer serves us, recognizing our authentic self, being a conduit by connecting to our higher self, our Sira, and more. Day 3, connecting the subtle and the elemental, the energetic centers, the elemental realm as doorways, gathering information on the highway, working with the centers to figure out the elements that creates our current threads. Being able to log in here at club.tanyad.tv/login and watch the replays, explore the goodies inside your own personal library. My wish for you is that through each day you awaken the spirit that resides within you. Through seeing yourself with vital eyes, life transforms, passions ignited through the information superhighway, awakening the spirit. Save your spot and activate your portal at club.tanyad.tv/ride.